after me before.
Hey guys,
and welcome to our channel. My name's Jennifer.
And I'm Olivia.
And today we're going to be doing our May wrap-up and our June TBR.
So the first book that we read this month was Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon, and we actually made our very first book talk on this, so we'll have that link down below. Overall, we gave this book 3 stars. We thought it was alright, the average contemporary. But if you'd like to hear any more of our thoughts, then you can check that down below.
Alright, so the next book that we read this month was A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. We also did a book talk on this that we'll link below, but we gave this one 5 out of 5 stars overall because it was just great.
Simply the best. The final book that we read last month was by the same author. It is from her other series, Queen of Shadows is what this one is called. The series is called Throne of Glass. But this is the 4th book in this series, so we really don't want to ruin exactly what happens. However, what I can tell you is that the first book in this series follows a girl named Celaena Sardothien, and she is
fighting to be the king's champion.
Yeah, she's fighting to be the king's champion in the first book, and it kind of follows her as you learn more about her past and things that have happened that have made her the person that she is today, which is an assassin in that book. As for this book, this is the only book that we did not do a book talk on, mainly because this book is kind of old.
It's been out for a while, but I don't know.
It's
getting better.
It's getting better, yeah. As with all of her books, I feel like they have a pretty good beginning, a slow middle that kind of builds the world, which is good, but by the 4th book, I feel like you're pretty familiar with everyone and everything. She's great at character development, just like in the others, but in this one, I feel like she takes it a step further, mainly because there's so many books.
Yeah, I feel like they're finally starting to get to a point where, like, I'm actually, not that I wasn't interested in the characters before, but like I've said before, we read that other series.
Yeah. But
it was just a whole nother level of goodness.
So what would you rate this one?
I don't know. What do you think?
I would give this one 3.5 stars.
3.5?
Yeah. I feel like good, strong beginning, good, strong end, kind of dragged out through the middle. It wouldn't be a 4-star book because I feel like
she just writes so much better in other books.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe like if we didn't have those to compare them to, but we do.
Yeah.
And you can like definitely tell that she's grown as a writer in general. I don't hate the book. I actually enjoy it. I'm finally starting to get into them.
Yeah.
Just took 4 books. So I know that we said we were going to read Empire Storms, but that's going to lead us into our TBR for June. Alright, so the first book we're going to read this month is Empire Storms. We did not get to it this month for some reason or another. But this is the 5th book in the series, so yep, the 5th and last one, so we'll have to wait for the 6th one to come out, so we won't be reading that anytime soon. And it follows the same characters, which we just talked about, so there's not really very much to say without ruining for you.
The next book that we have planned for this month's TBR is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee, our good friend. I don't know how to say her last name. I need to look up and let someone say it, but there it is. We just talked about this recently in our haul video, and this is one of the books from that haul, so you can definitely go check out that haul and you'll be able to see exactly what we thought we were getting ourselves into. But this has been reviewed a lot, and we're kind of excited. We're excited.
Kind of excited.
Just a little. We know that this book is based off of 1001 Nights. We know that there's some murders happening, but we don't really know I would say a whole lot about it. But we know that people like it, and we're hoping to like it too.
Pretty much if you like any book, we'll read it. Okay, so the next book we're going to read this month is After You by Jojo Moyes. This is the 2nd book that comes after Me Before You. So, obviously, this is her story after Will. Took us a really long time to want to read this, but we're finally going to break down and do it for you.
For us. Will. So the next book we have in store for this month is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare, and I've already started this one, so that's why you see my little dangly up there at the top. But
we made those bookmarks.
We talked about this one in our haul too, and this is the 2nd book in the Infernal Devices, and it follows those same characters as they embark on another journey. I can't really tell you too much, but I really...
Yeah. She better not ruin this for me, because I'm way behind on this series. So behind.
I'm not. But I highly suggest Lady Midnight. I think it's one of Cassandra Clare's better novels. I mean, I really like all the other stuff she wrote, don't get me wrong, but I think like her level of writing really stepped up for this one, and her level of characterization, and it's got a great plot, and good characters. So if you haven't read that one, I do suggest you read it. However, I really think that you should read her other 2 series before you read this one, because a lot of those characters play a big role in these, so it's not something I feel like you should skip.
Yeah. So the last book that we plan on reading this month is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is, I don't even,
Science, what is it called?
Science
Space opera.
Space opera.
I keep wanting to say Oprah, like the
opera.
lady.
This is a space opera, but we don't really know very much about it other than it says on Amazon it's a space opera. But I've already bought this book on audiobook, so I plan on listening to it that way. I've kind of started on them a couple of chapters in, and I think it's a really cool concept to listen to it on audiobook because it's performed by a full cast. So there's more than one actor or voice person.
Yeah.
It would be an actor.
Voice actor.
Voice actor?
Mm-hmm. I saw an Audible commercial the other day on TV and it talked about voice actors.
Voice actors? Okay. So more than one voice actor. From what I've already listened to, there is like music, and at one point the guy is like drunk and like sending an email, and he's actually like the voice actor is portraying him as a drunk character, which is kind of like interesting. Rather than just reading the words, he's slurring his words. So
kind of like an experience
Yeah.
than just a plain old like listen to an audiobook in class, just read it straight from the pages.
So I think that's kind of cool. And this is also a dossier. Can't say that word. Is it a dossier? Spelled dossier. So there's like pictures and like, I don't know, it's told through like the point of view of like text messages. I'm sure everyone on here has seen it on YouTube at some point in time. So I think it'll be interesting. A nice change from like a normal book.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited to read that, and I think that's all the books that we're reading this month.
So if you've read any of these books, or you have it in your plans to read any of these books, or if you have any books that you'd like to recommend to us, you've got 3 things to do down there in the comments below. So we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much for watching our wrap up and TBR, and we will see you soon.
Bye.